my side. Put me in for a ride. The city is a safe, she'll hold you till you're braver. Take hold of me, I've lost my way. The city is a safe, she'll hold you till you're braver. I feel the night by my side. Put me in for a ride. Terrifying embers burn us so soft and tender. I feel the night by my side. Put me in for a ride. The city is a safe, she'll hold you till you're braver. Take hold of me, I've lost my way. A vision of you makes it okay. I feel the night by my side. Put me in for a ride. The city is a safe, she'll hold you till you're braver. Take hold of me, I've lost my way. A vision of you makes it okay. I feel the night by my side. Put me in for a ride. Terrifying embers burn us so soft and tender. I feel the night by my side. Put me in for a ride. The city is a safe, she'll hold you till you're braver. Take hold of me, I've lost my way. A vision of you makes it okay.
Words do me wrong, I can't say what I'm feeling. My thoughts caught and sealed in a limbo of sorts, back and forth from what's real and what I'm only dreaming. I've been needing advice from you, been hoping you'd guide me through this maze. I'm hanging off every word, I'm hanging off every word you say. You say. I'm hanging off every word, every word.
So guys, let's begin.
Yeah.
Andrew,
And we're live. So yeah, hello everyone. Welcome to yet another YouHodler webinar and Ask
Hello.
Us Anything session. So yeah, my name is Anthony. I'm going to be your host for this evening. So thank you so much for joining us. I do want to say we did have a little issue with YouTube on their side today, so we had to change the link last minute. So I think that's why we're seeing a small amount of people right now, but hopefully more figure it out and start to trickle in. But for those of you that made it, congratulations, you're smart. So yeah, I'd love to dive right into the topic right now, but let me just go over the format real quick for today. So yeah, after this boring intro I'm doing, our CEO, Ilya, will guide us through a mini presentation of some of the recent company announcements and also some exciting news that we can all look forward to in the near future. And following that, we have our head of products, Alex Vinny. He has a really, really beautiful slideshow to present to all of us. And it's going to be regarding
Thanks, Anthony.
regarding some platform updates. I don't want to give too much away. Alex will get into that later, but you're all going to love it. Last but not least, we will have our AUA session after all the presentations are done. Several of you have already submitted a bunch of questions to us via the Google form, so thank you for that. We're going to answer all those questions. In addition, we're going to sprinkle in a few questions from the audience. So yeah, if you have a question, just leave it in the chat room, and we're going to try to get to as many as possible today. So yeah, without further ado, let's just get started. Ilya, the floor is all yours.
Yeah, hi guys, and again, welcome to YouHodler Ask Us Anything session. You know why we call it AUA instead of AMA, like many other companies do? Because AMA means Ask Me Anything, but we at YouHodler is a team, so that's why we work together, and we're happy to provide you with multiple answers on multiple questions from multiple people. So AUA instead of AMA. So yeah, let's begin. This week we've got a lot of great news for you. I have 5 notes here in my list, and I'm happy to share all this great news with you. So first of all, let's start with Ledger announcement. Probably this is the most awaited by our community news. Many of you asked us about third-party custodian provider, third-party insurance solutions, etc., etc. So we were always focused on the security topic, and now we have really good addition. Yesterday, as you know, we've announced the integration of Ledger Vault solution to the YouHodler platform. So what does it mean? We have some number of functions coming from YouHodler, coming from Ledger Vault. So with Ledger Vault, YouHodler firstly avoid the risk of hack because all cold wallet private keys are isolated, stored and encrypted within a hardware security model, and are never directly handled by day-to-day operators. So second, we have reduced the risk of human error because key usage for signatures is strictly controlled by the strong governance rules. The access to the vault is distributed among the different managers with different functions and access rights with strict and mandatory multi-signature principles. So the next point is that we still maintain the same level of systems flexibility and instant access to funds. This is possible because of a combination of both hardware and software solutions. So, and very important point that this is still an independent security system, meaning Ledger never holds YouHodler's keys or keys of its managers. A backup recovery mechanism ensures we can independently recover all funds at any time without needing to use the platform. So, and of course, on top of that, we've got really nice insurance package from Ledger Vault. We've got pooled crime insurance provided by Ledger Vault and their partners, Arch from UK, London, Lloyd's Syndicate. So again, it's a pooled insurance for up to 150 million. So pretty much good figure. Hopefully we will never need it, but it's nice to have. So speaking about insurance by itself, it protects us from again, hacks and protects us from any illicit activities against our employees, speaking about access to the system, breaching of access to hardware wallets, etc., etc. So pretty nice package provided by the leading providers, both Ledger Vault and their partners from Lloyd's London Syndicate. So I'll try to save you time because I believe the most important point will be to answer your questions. So that's why let's move to the next news. Next news is about Elliptic. So yeah, as you may know, Elliptic is the leading provider of crypto asset risk management solutions for financial institutions and crypto businesses. And we will use, and actually we already use 2 main products from Elliptic, Elliptic Lens and Elliptic Navigator. And we do that in order to closely analyze all crypto transactions in order to protect the platform and its users from a full range of criminal behavior, such as money laundering, fraud schemes, terrorist financing, and sanctions evasion. The interesting point earlier today, we've got some feedback on our Telegram channel from some of our members, and the feedback was about some concerns related to chain analysis platforms. The feedback was like, Ledger is a great addition, but we're not sure about Elliptic because chain analysis is evil. So I'd like to quickly explain why it's not an evil, but it's really great addition to the platform, and actually it's a great addition to the entire industry. So the point here is actually quite simple. Our entire industry, millions of normal people are struggling to fully benefit from the full potential of crypto just because of small group of bad actors. Like, I can give you an example. You may know, I believe you know, that many of banks still afraid of crypto, and they're afraid of crypto not because of some kind of competition between crypto and fiat, traditional, financial assets. They're afraid of crypto mostly because of money launderers and other types of bad guys who are using cryptos for illicit activities. So having such a great tools like Elliptic, we can monitor all types of transactions and avoid any access for dirty funds and potentially illicit activities to the platform. And of course, we can block any withdrawals related to some bad actions outside of the platform. So together with Elliptic, we can protect ourselves and all our members from any connections to any type of bad guys. And this is our contribution to making our industry more transparent, more trustable, and safe. So I believe this is really, really good and important point. So moving next, point number 3 is about new payment solutions. Yesterday we announced Ledger. Today we announced Elliptic, and we still did not announce these new payment solutions. This is some kind of insight for this webinar. So very shortly, we will implement one more solution for bank card payments. We already have a few of them integrated. We will add one more for both for deposits and withdrawals from the platform. That will help us to significantly increase use cases of banking cards on the platform. And very important, that will help us to significantly increase the list of supported countries. So I think this is also very nice news for many of you guys. So again, it will be implemented very shortly, probably tomorrow. We are at the final stage of testing of everything. So hopefully tomorrow it will be live. So, okay, so number 4, one more good news from this week. We've got some progress with activation of our Swiss company. Earlier this week, we've got a new license. It's an authorization for YouHodler SA to operate as a pawn broker. So it's authorization issued on the cantonal level, of course, in the canton of Vaud in Lausanne. So it's still just one more piece of the puzzle. I mean, puzzle, speaking about the entire legal roadmap. As for our Swiss activities. So the next step will be affiliation with the self-regulating entity. And after that, we will start our operations. So hopefully we will get this approval very soon, and hopefully we will activate everything there in coming weeks. So, okay, moving next. Point number 5 from my notes, speaking about great news. And again, it's something about insights. So guys, we've got some insights about our new features, new products. And as you may know, if you are our active customer, we have really active product development roadmap. We have from weekly to bi-weekly product development sprints. We are very, very active. And we decided to disclose some insights about our new features. And here I will be happy to pass the mic to Alex. As Anthony presented, Alex is our head of product. And also, I'd like to say that Alex is one of the most talented UX engineers I have ever worked with. So, Alex, I'm sorry for this kind of introduction. Mic is yours.
Yeah, thanks, Ilya. It was a great news. Actually, as always, this is really hot week. I can say that because last week's was not so fulfilled by annonces, and this week is rock. Just back to one of your points regarding this mobile, payment solution for cards. We will have card payments on a mobile application at least. Yeah. And regarding our product updates, let me share my screen. I have a presentation, one short presentation just to show you. Here it is. Boom. Yeah. So, okay. First of all, just let's speak about numbers. Let me start from some fun facts about YouHodler engineering team. This is the core value of our product, let's say. So in 2019, we made 40 product releases, and just in my experience, the product team never been so fast. And the fun fact is those 40 releases made only with 9 engineers from 3 countries. We have highly experienced blockchain and front-end and back-end specialists who work on the platform. And actually, I need to say that we are full data-driven. We don't trust opinions of the teammates. We trust only community and the data. So we collect everything from our support cases, from our Telegram channels and social networks. And actually, we look at the behavior on our platform, and each of our features inspired by real clients' behavior. This is how we do. And good to mention also that we fully React compatible. We have the same components on the front end and web version. And this is the reason why our development is so fast. Yeah. So let's go to some annonces. Okay. This is MultiHodl 2.0. Let me say some story behind this. Last year, we made a huge effort by transferring a crypto-backed loan company into something new on the market. We rethinked crypto-backed loans and made it turbocharged. I hope you're all familiar with turbocharge. If no, please check it on our web version. And then from turbocharge, we go to a MultiHodl. And MultiHodl was released on December last year. And currently, now it is time to rethink MultiHodl one more time, because we don't have all the features from turbocharge now in our MultiHodl solution. We want to get those features from turbocharge, because people still use turbocharge. This is perfect product, but we want more from MultiHodl. And some of the updates, what we will have in MultiHodl 2.0. So we explore customer needs and almost 20 competitor applications. I have all of this on my phone. This is mess. And we redesigned MultiHodl from scratch. We make it more, how to say, attractive for crypto professionals. With more flexible fees, wider range of multipliers, and at least full control on take profit and margin call levels. Yeah. And also one more point here is we have a totally new engine on this MultiHodl, and it is faster, at least 5 times faster. But this is sandbox. I think on a production it will be faster, maybe 10 times, because currently we have rates updating one per minute, as you all familiar, and we will have it 1 to 5 seconds tick by tick rates as on exchanges. And also our front end team currently building new charts based on D3.js. This is the fastest JavaScript library. And in my experience, this charts is faster than in most of the competitor applications. And the dark mode, of course. But that's not the end of the story. Yeah, also we redesigned the wallet. And the wallet will be a core of our totally new application. And this wallet includes all the stuff you need on one single page. We just put everything in one place, and you will see each of your crypto wallets or stablecoin or maybe fiat wallets as an instance where you can check all the statuses of orders and savings and crypto loans related to this wallet. And also we will have a huge analytics center here. The fun fact is not all the exchanges, I can say that most of the exchanges don't have a proper analytics center for their clients. This is more banking software, right? Because for example, to find history of transaction, even to find the transaction history in the exchange application could be a bit tricky. But we will have in our Wallet 2.0 version a full analytics center where you can check all your savings, all your income, outcome, all your profits from trading, just right in one place, filtered by wallet, by date, anyway. Yeah. And so the main question is when. All this looks as a huge release, but you know, we're not building with a Cyberpunk 2077 here. We will go step by step with small releases. One in July with multi-HODL 2.0, one in August with new wallets and savings combined into one fancy place where you can check your balances and whatever. And we're just on a huge road, and we have a goal to build one most desired wealth management application on your phone. I think just we will hit that any day. And just stay with us, watch our progress. We inspired by your behavior on the platform, your comments, your suggestions, and just give us our feedback, give us our time, and stay with us. We will build an entire new application going to manage your assets. Yeah. So that's it from me. Thanks, Ilya. Thanks, Anthony. I'm passing mic to whom? To Anthony. I guess this is time to our QA session, right? We can stop.
Yes.
Sharing screen.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Ilya, for those wonderful presentations. They were great. Any last words, or can we move on to the Q&A?
Let's jump to the main part.
Let's do it. We got some time, we got lots of time, so hopefully we can get through a lot of these questions here. Let's start off with a couple of questions from the Google form. Again, thank you to those people who came prepared. You're amazing. Let's start with this question number one. This is actually a question that's very near and dear to my heart. When will the US be able to join YouHodler? So I say that because I'm from the US also, and I ask the same question to myself every day.
Yeah, and I still don't have an account on YouHodler, by the way.
Yeah, so as much as I would like that to happen, at the time, we don't have a US market in the short term or midterm plans, but we are getting some nice offers from potential partners in America. And these partners are kind of suggesting us to use them as a gateway of sorts to America. And we are thinking about it, and there's a lot of kind of details in these offers. And we're kind of talking with them and negotiating. But at the moment, like I said, there's no short or midterm plans to operate in America. But of course, we're going to keep you guys updated on all these talks along the way. So just keep an eye on our blog, our social media channels, and we will fill you guys in. But yeah, it is not a top priority at this time.
Yeah, just to add quickly, To give you an idea about timing, as Anthony mentioned, it's not our top priorities for now, but even next week, I will have a really big meeting with potential partners in the US. So possibly we will get outcomes from these discussions. But let's see.
Thank you very much. Okay, moving on to question number 2. This one's for all of us. What are your favorite coins to trade with? Ilya, would you like to start with this question?
Yeah, no problem. So let's maybe speak about 2 parts about hodling and trading. So as for holding, I prefer hodling. My favorites are, of course, Bitcoin and second Pax Gold. So as for Bitcoin, it's just obvious because we all believe in Bitcoin. As for Pax Gold, as for me, it's a nice way to store value and to avoid any bad consequences from current economic crisis. But of course, guys, keep in mind this is not a financial advice, so it's just my personal opinion. I have to say this disclosure. So as for crypto to play with, to trade with, my favorite is Chainlink, for example. And I can explain why, because I believe on Link coins, which are backed by technology and real value. So as for Link, I see clear value. I see really nice progress from their team. Yeah, so in general, maybe I'm not alone with this thought, but as for me, like up to 50% of the coins from top 100 list will disappear just because of lack of value behind them. But as for projects like Link, so I'm quite positive and I really like it. So especially because, it's given an opportunity to get profits from mid-term hodling, and also with the really nice volatility of Link, it's also interesting to play with. So yeah, this is my feedback on this question. Tony?
Thank you very much. Yeah, so I'll go next. My favorite coins to trade with. Yeah, I want to also preface this. I'm no expert trader by any means. So yeah, but I do have a philosophy when it comes to both investing and trading crypto, and that is investing in the person behind the coin, not so much the hype in the media and the marketing around that coin. I don't want to name names, but there are some popular coins out there that seem like they're just built on, a lot of buzz. And for me, I prefer to invest in the person. So that being said, I really like Ethereum. I think Vitalik is an amazing guy. He's a genius. And I think he's going to do great things for this industry for a long time. So I'm a firm believer in Ethereum. Recently, I've also got into Chainlink. Their community is very amazing, and I love the team behind the community and the actual project itself and the technology. They seem like down-to-earth guys, intelligent guys. So those are 2 kind of secondary coins I'm really looking into. And of course, Bitcoin is just the king of all the coins, so you got to have that in your portfolio. And yeah, those are kind of my top 3 favorite at the moment. Alex, how about you?
Actually, I can say that I have one favorite, but just I'm trading intraday mostly. Top 3 coins by market value and volatility. I use BTC, ETH, and BSV. And actually, I'm getting most profits from BSV, from not BSV, BTC, because it's how to say, more predictable, right? I'm getting just some of the trades from BTC, but losing money on ETH and BSV. So my favorite is BTC. Yeah.
Cool.
Thank you guys for sharing that. Number 3, this question here, we have one from the Google form, but it also relates to a couple of questions I've just seen on the YouTube chat as well. So kind of, we can kill 2 or 3 birds with one stone here. So the question is, your website promotes a 12% interest on stable coins. How is that possible from a business perspective? Ilya, would you like to take this one?
Yeah, sure. So basically, our crypto-backed lending business model allows us to do so. So we earn 15% annual on our loans. That's why we are able to pay up to 12% on interest accounts. So simple like that. And also keep in mind that products like Turbo and MultiHodl is also crypto-backed lending based. Like engine behind MultiHodl and Turbo is also based on crypto-backed lending solutions. So our revenues coming from loans allows us to do so. Simple like that.
Okay, thank you very much. I think this topic segues into another question I saw in the chat room. Nexo and some other big players in our same industry, they all have worse rates for lending than us, but they have a much bigger user base than YouHodler. So yeah, why is that?
Okay, so let me answer. First of all, guys, if you're happy with our services, simply recommend us to your friends. So let's grow our community together. Also, yes, that's true. Maybe they're bigger, but don't forget that they started with ICO. They started earlier, and I believe they've got some marketing push from ICO times, and they've got some support from token holders. So, and again, we're growing. We will be happy to get bigger, and I'm fully, I'm sure that we will get bigger, and we will get much bigger than our competitors. So we are pretty much ambitious.
Thank you very much. That is a great answer, and actually it segues into another question right here, conveniently. We have a question here saying, what are some other applications that inspire you, whether that's other fintech platforms in our industry or not related to crypto at all, just other applications we draw inspiration from? Maybe Alex, you'd like to answer this one?
Yeah, I would like to. Actually, there are a lot of applications to inspire us, just a lot. And just to say true, not most of the bank and fintech and forex maybe applications have a good design. Let's say that maybe 90% of them have bad design, really bad. And last year, 2019, we were inspired by N26, Robinhood from the industry, and my personal favorite is Trading 212, and maybe I don't know, Huobi Wallet. And it's difficult to say what will be trending 2020, because Apple slightly changed these design trends by releasing this iOS 14 just a couple of days ago, and a couple of updates for new macOS. I think this will be fire new design trend this year, hopefully, because everybody is tired about this flatness of designs. Just talking about user experience, I think the better applications, the applications we use every day for everyday needs, not the trading or banking applications. So my personal favorite is Things Free, a checklist application. This really simple, and maybe Strava, because I use these applications every day. I never get tired of them. But with forex or exchange applications or banking applications, it always depends. It's difficult to find some really good solutions there. Yeah, but we are trying to.
Thank you, Alex. Those are good recommendations. I'm gonna write those in my notes as well for later.
Yeah, sure.
So number 5, this is also kind of a two-part question, one from the Google Forms, one from the live chat. The first part of this question is, are there any plans for utility token for the purpose of loan discounts or additional interest? And the second part of the question is, what happened with the YTN token? Let let me just answer the first part first. So yeah, right now, you don't have any plans for a utility token. The main idea behind the launch of UToken, which was kind of like you could call it the first evolutionary stage of YouHodler, the main idea behind that was funding. So at our current stage, YouHodler does not need funding in the form of an ICO, IEO, etc. So yeah, there's no need for a token for that regards. In terms of utility, yeah, maybe someday we will add a token, but yeah, no short-term plans for that. Again, no midterm plans for that. We're just kind of keeping it in the back of our mind. But yeah, there's no clear plans for it. And as for like what happened to the YTN token, maybe one of my colleagues can go into more detail about that.
Yeah, actually, guys, it's really very, very nice that some of you remember YTN. So speaking about YTN, we should come back in the future to the time of UToken. So before YouHodler, we've got a project called UToken. It was the project powered by very romantic idea. I love it. I still love it. The idea was about tokenization of human intelligence. And the idea was to issue tokens to represent human ideas, commitments, some personal business projects, etc., etc. So we spent a long time at Silicon Valley in California developing this idea. The main benefit from that was in our practice with blockchain. So we've got a lot of expertise working with different types of smart contracts, different types of blockchains. And actually the core of our team came from there. So, but again, it was a romantic idea, and we decided to simply freeze it. And currently, UToken project simply frozen, and we didn't do ICO. Yes, we issued this token and we did some tests. So, but finally, again, we just simply put it on hold. And as for me, again, I still like this idea. Probably later down the road, after getting some significant, results from the main business, from YouHodler, maybe I will personally invest something to reactivate this romantic idea. So again, YTN token totally disconnected with YouHodler, and it's two different projects. And again, it's really very nice that some of you remember that. I love it. I still love it.
Yeah, that's very heartwarming to know. So yeah, these are great questions, by the way, guys. Thank you so much for submitting them. You can still submit them live as we're going, so don't be shy. Moving on to the next question here. Looks like these are questions from some of our Swiss friends over in Switzerland. This is a good question. So why is one member from Switzerland unable to connect while there's already some other Swiss members earning interest currently on the platform? Ilya, would you like to take this one?
Yeah, sure. So yeah, it's a really good question. So let me explain you something. So being a Swiss company, we cannot onboard Swiss customers before completion of some essential steps from our legal roadmap. So the good news here, as mentioned, we've got some progress, and hopefully we will finish this legal roadmap soon. So the second point is that, interestingly, if we would be simply a purely European company, or let's say Asian company, it would be no any issue to onboard Swiss customers. But as soon as we declared ourselves as a partially Swiss company, as soon as we started to develop our presence there, we must follow the rules, and we do that. So if you ask about some active customers, I believe we speak about just a few mates. And I believe that these few mates join us before we start our Swiss activities. They joined our Cyprus company for this crypto interest accounts, crypto rewards. So, and we simply follow our commitments. And again, we're speaking about just a few people. So, and again, guys, we're working hardly to activate our presence there as soon as possible. And yeah, hopefully we will bring you more positive news very soon.
Thank you, Ilya, for that. So yeah, as you were talking, I was thinking Switzerland, and I was thinking Crypto Valley and Crypto Valley Association. So quick shout out to our friends at the Crypto Valley Association. And that made me think more of Ledger. And that kind of segues into another question somebody has about Ledger. And this is very relevant since we just released this Ledger news yesterday. So let's talk about, what does the Ledger integration actually mean for those who don't know?
Yeah, guys, I just yeah. Okay, let's make a quick recap. Probably you have missed these first minutes of our webinar. So we have integrated Ledger Vault enterprise solution in order to protect crypto assets for us and for our customers. You know, we have the system of let's say hot wallets, warm wallets, cold wallets, and we have Ledger. So with Ledger, we have this strongly protected custody with strong governance rules. This system is needed to securely store funds. It's still flexible with instant access, with instant movements between different type of wallets, etc., etc. It covers the majority of coins that we have in the platform, but at the same time, access to the system is strictly structured with some strong governance rules. So this is the first part. Second part, thanks to Ledger, we've got pool crime insurance for up to 150 millions provided by Arch UK London Lloyd's syndicate. So I believe many of you know Lloyd's. So it's a very powerful, very famous insurance group with, you know, several hundred years in the history, if I'm not mistaken, at least a couple of 100 years behind. So yeah, and maybe one more point to add here. We're really proud about this integration because, as we can see, the quality of the solution is much better than other solutions competing with Ledger in terms of technology, in terms of number of blockchains, in terms of these partnerships with insurance providers, etc., etc. So, and I personally very happy because, you know, my first touch with Ledger was back in 2017 or maybe early 18. I don't remember exactly. I firstly met some of the top product engineers of Ledger in Silicon Valley. It was a really nice conference. It was Talking Fast or something like that. I don't remember exactly. It was in San Francisco. So it was the first touch. After that, I became a customer of Ledger. I really like their retail devices. And after that, luckily, I met Amy, VP of Business Development of Ledger Vault, inside this Crypto Valley Association. So, and we started this discussion in all the details a few months ago, and we came to the conclusion that it's time to start our real partnership. So it's just one more great example of the value of the professional associations. So two members met and decided to create this value. So it's really something very cool. So, and as soon as we started to discuss this topic again, I have one more good news for you guys. Very soon, we will announce some marketing activities where we will be happy to reward some of our customers with branded Ledger Nano devices. So it's still a secret. Don't tell anybody. It's just inside, but we have some, nice package of Ledger Nanos to distribute among our valuable customers. So keep it private.
That's great news. Yeah, thank you. And just a reminder, if anybody wants to read more info about Ledger, we do have a blog post about it on our blog. So go check it out. All right, moving on. We have another question here from Google Forms. Will YouHodler make their figures public in order to increase transparency?
Yeah, okay. So the short answer is yes, but I'd like to note something here. So first, we're still a private company and not an ICO backed, right? Companies funded via ICO have to do that in order to push their tokens, in order to support their communities. So second, and as for me, very important, and here is a very sensitive topic. I'd like to avoid an unfair competition. Some of our competitors are declaring billions in volumes and millions in customer base. So sometimes it looks a bit strange, honestly. So we're against of publishing any fake figures, and honestly, I'd like to avoid this kind of competition. So we still need some space to grow, but definitely we will be public in the future. And meanwhile, we are absolutely open to answer any questions and to provide you with valuable information. Also, keep in mind that if you compare us with other companies, we have very transparent structure, and we have fully live 24/7 live support with real people, not just bots. And you can ask them anything. AUA, 80, yeah, ask them anything. So, I'm checking reports from customer support on a regular basis. The average timing for answering questions is below 1 minute in the 24/7, format. I know that some of our competitors have like up to 72 hours in their SLA in regards of customer support. So, answering this question, maybe I've got just one more thought that came to my mind here. It's about social media, guys. So if you'd like to grow together with us, so please support us on social media. I personally don't like an idea, to issue some token to push some kind of ICO just in order to get community who are simply interested to pump senseless token. I'd like to have real community with real interest, with clear motivation, clear interest on real products and real value. I don't like an idea where some people simply bought tokens back in 2017, and currently those tokens may be senseless, but those guys simply have to promote them because they're still interested to get a chance to sell it for a reasonable price. So again, we don't have such a plans. We'd like to grow organically, and everybody are more than welcome to support us on social media and ask us anything, anytime. Thank you.
Thank you for that answer. Yeah, I can also recommend the support team is very, very nice. Shout out to Dennis and Kesha if you're out there. Okay, next question.
I believe they're busy. They're working with customers.
Oh, right.
On Intercom.
They're always working, never sleep. Next question is about PAX G, PAX Gold, for those who don't know. Is the PAX G token subsidized for marketing purposes? since others cannot provide interest on this token?
Very interesting question, and the answer is no, if we speak about just marketing purposes, and I can explain why. So as you can see, Pax Gold and any other gold-related assets becoming more and more popular in light of current crisis and current fear of potential devaluation of regular assets, traditional currencies, etc. So that means that more and more people simply buying more and more digital gold, Pax Gold in this case. But these people still need just cash for their regular needs. That's why Pax Gold-based loans are also popular. So you can use your Pax Gold, you can keep hodling your Pax Gold and get cash for your just regular bills, your regular needs. So that's why we are generating revenue from Pax Gold, and that allows us to support interest accounts. Another good point is that, as you all know, it's less volatile in comparison with many other crypto assets. That means that it's more stable in terms of using Pax Gold as collateral, and you can hold it for hodl it for a long-term perspective and benefit from using cash. So yeah, hope that helps. And one more point, as for marketing, yes, that's true, that helps, because in general Pax Gold becoming more and more popular, and that's why we're getting more and more people working with Pax Gold on our platform. So meaning the answer is yes, but it's not just for marketing. Firstly, it's about revenue efficiency. Yeah.
Thank you for that response, Ilya. Moving on, this next question says, how many members does YouHodler have? I'll answer this. I'm kind of confused. What does members mean? I guess I'll answer it in multiple ways. So if we're talking members regarding teammates on YouHodler, we have 21 teammates scattered throughout the world. Now, if we're talking about members in terms of users of the platform, we have like 63,000 that are total registered. And of that number, there's 20,000 users who with activity on the platform. So I guess we can say 20,000. So yeah, as Ilya mentioned earlier about the going public with the figures question, we will eventually go public with these numbers for transparency. So just stay tuned, and thanks for your patience. Moving on, so we have one last question on the Google form. We can combine this question actually with one of the live questions I just saw in the chat. Let's make it a two-part question. One part, how long has the company been in business for? And second part, is the company profitable?
Anthony, could you please repeat the first part?
How long has the company been in business for?
How long?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Okay, so as for the first part, as I already mentioned, we started back in 2017 working on just engineering part. We spent almost a year working on the platform, and the platform went live in November 2018. So we have onboarded our first customer back in November 2018, and I believe even Alex can tell us about some funny story about our first client. So as for the next part, yes, we're profitable. During our previous Ask Us Anything session, I mentioned that we recently touched our break-even line. So currently we are above that line, and we keep growing. So of course we are very ambitious, and guys, let's continue together. So let's grow together. The answer is yes, profitable.
Thank you. Do we have time for this little story from Alex, or is that for another day?
I think there are 3 people on the chat waiting to be answered.
Okay. Okay.
Switch to them.
Let's turn to the chat then. I see a question that's kind of a follow-up question to the PaxG answer you just gave, Ilya. And this is, how do you generate revenue from PaxG?
Okay, loans. So you can simply use PaxG as collateral and get fiat loan. So the same way like with Bitcoin and any other coins. So also, of course, you can use PaxG in multi-hodl, but keep in mind that it's less volatile. That's why, so maybe it's not so interesting to play with, but more stable. Yeah. So, but again, the answer is still the same. We're still the crypto-backed lending company in the core. So.
Okay, thank you for that. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, here's an interesting one. Any information you can share, if possible, may I ask who has funded your company, VC, angels, etc.?
Yeah, so of course, we're a private company funded by 4 individuals, including myself. So I'm the CEO and co-founder, and we have 3 more partners. So no any VC behind. So because simply no need at the moment. But of course, sometime in the future, I believe we will need to involve also some kind of institutional partners. But as of now, 4 individuals and self-funded. So, and as for sources, it came from our previous project. So you can simply check my LinkedIn, for example. So, and take a look at the background.
Great, thank you. Moving on, we got another good question here from the chat. Who is taking loans at the rates your company offers? The lowest is 15% APY, LTV 50%. When I can get a loan from Binance at 11.13%, LTV 65%.
Very good question. I like it. First of all, I would say that the most important that we have quite an active customers who are using this product. Answering the question why, we have better. We don't like an idea to compete just for pricing, just for these annual rates. We like to compete with other product characteristics. So we can offer better LTV. We can offer flexible terms in terms of timing. We can offer flexible reopen features like close now for loan. We can offer this flexible turbo stuff, etc., etc. To give you an example, as Alex mentioned, many of our features came from our customers. Just to give you an idea, like close now feature. Usually, if you go to, let's say, for example, to the pawn shop, to Lombard, right? You can give them your gold or watch or I don't know, cell phone, and get cash, right, in exchange. But in order to get your asset back, you have to come back to them and pay in full, the loan plus interest. In our business model, you can also repay it using the current value of the collateral. So you even don't need to bring all funds back. The only one thing you need is just to press the button close now. The system will automatically sell your collateral and deposit the rest back to your wallet. So this is really nice feature, pretty much unique in comparison with our competitors. And this is a great example where we can compete with other guys, simply not on pricing, but simply on the other qualities of the product. So plus to this UI UX, plus to this different fiat payment gateways, etc., etc. So our customer support, for example. So that works. And maybe one more thought here. As you may know, I spent almost 20 years in different financial market segments. And I had a chance to see how companies kill each other just because competing by price. Like, for example, brokerage market simply destroyed itself just because they started to compete by pricing. Look at the American brokerage companies like Charles Schwab, like Interactive Brokers, right? They started this competition, and finally they made a lot of bad stuff for the market. And guys like Robinhood came and succeeded just because they found a way how to play with it, how to make the product better, right?
Yeah, I think that covers it. Oh yeah, all this trade talk is a good segue into another question we have for here. So what's an advice we would give somebody with limited to no experience on crypto trading / hodling? And how does your support team provide them with guidance or using your different features? I have a thought on this. So yeah, advice for somebody with limited to no experience on crypto trading. I think the most important thing to do is just maybe don't trade, start learning first of all. Fortunately, as we mentioned, we have an amazing customer support team 24/7, and every week they're contributing to a online database of educational materials. We have a great help desk that's growing week by week. So there's all kinds of great articles in there. And it's completely free. You can go to this help desk and just look at any of these articles and just learn the art of this industry for free. So yeah, I would say definitely learn first before you do anything. Maybe somebody wants to add on that question.
Yeah, I have one more point to add. So I like this, barbell strategy, where to be on the safe side and also to get a chance to benefit from market movements, it's better to follow this barbell principle. It's better to leave the biggest part of your savings at the risk-free, highly liquid assets. In our cases, for example, it's just a crypto saving accounts, maybe with stable coins to avoid risk of volatility. So, but to play with other part, like for example, Nassim Taleb promotes the ratio 80 to 20. So as for this 20%, simply start playing without fear to lose it, because you already have the biggest part at the safe side, right? So as soon as you start playing with these small amounts, you will get all needed skills. If you'd like to get these skills, of course, if you'd like to learn. And personally, I'm not a big fan of different, academies promoting, education on that field. So because a lot of, psychology involved in successful trading, and not just, education on this field. So that's why it's better to test yourself, to play. I like this word play here, because playing with it, you can get all needed skills, you can get all needed, perception of the market. So, but being protected, playing with the small amounts, you can do it really safely, I would say.
Yeah, that's very good advice. And you just reminded me of another. You were talking about the barbell strategy, and then you reminded me of block trading as well.
Mm-hmm.
This is like exclusive to the multi-hodl tool. A lot of platforms do not allow you to open up. Well, on a multi-hodl, we can open up an up position and down position simultaneously. You can open up two different ones, and a lot of platforms do not allow you to do that. So essentially what this means is if you're kind of unsure about which direction the market will go, which many of us are in crypto, it can go up or down at any given second. Block trading with multi-hodl allows you to open one up and one down simultaneously. So you can kind of hedge if you go down or up, and it just kind of gives you a little more chance to profit. safely and responsibly. So we have an article on that as well on the blog. Just search blocks trading, and we have a long, detailed article on that. Let's see, do we have any more questions? I think we got to all of them, it looks like, unless there's any last minute people.
Actually, really excellent timing, because we have planned this webinar for one hour, and we have responded to the last question exactly at 6 p.m.
Yeah, I'm just trying to answer to some of the people with text format, just to save time. And I think it's good to invite everybody to our Telegram group if we are closing this translation. It's better to chat there. Yep.
Telegram, Twitter, other social medias. So,
or support chat inside of the platform.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, anywhere you guys can find us, feel free to talk. We're on all the social media channels, email as well. Don't be shy. Yeah, just contact us for whatever reason.
Well, and also, guys, we're growing, and sometimes we are hiring. So keep in mind.
Thank you for those words of wisdom. Well, I think that wraps it up. Thank you guys for your really thoughtful questions. Those are really, really good. And if you had any more, just think about them. We're going to have many more of these webinars, many more of these Ask Us Anything sessions. So keep them in mind, follow along with us on this journey, and just, we're here for you to answer any questions. And thanks for being a part of this event today.
Thank you, guys.
So,
yeah, thanks a lot.
See you at the next one.
Sleeping sound, dreaming pleasantly when you woke me to reality. On the cusp of a different me, the one I always said I'd be. Every word you say, I never heard, never listened to reason. Mood changed with the season. You saw me through, you would act as a beacon when I'd hear you speaking. I've been needing advice from you, been hoping you would guide me through this maze. I'm hanging off every word, I'm hanging off every word you say. I'm hanging off, I'm hanging off it, I'm hanging off it, I'm hanging off it, I'm hanging off, I'm hanging off it, I'm hanging off it, I'm hanging off it, I'm hanging off, I'm hanging off it, I'm hanging off it, I'm hanging off it, I'm hanging off, I'm hanging off it, I'm hanging off every word. I'm hanging off every word. I'm hanging off every word you say.